there for the whole family. First for Bowling Green, their impact player, it's the return of Lexi Fleming.
Fleming not in the starting lineup, but when she gets in the game, she will make an impact. The 2020-2021 MAC Freshman of the Year, injured right before the season last year. She is very skilled, can score in different ways, and is a good passer as well.
For the Bonnies, their impact player is the return of number 3, Ayana Lopes. She is going to be someone that the Bonnies are going to have to depend on this season.
Yeah, Lopes is the returning leading scorer for St. Bonaventure, but where I'm interested to see her today is rebounding. She has to limit second chances for this Bowling Green offense that is so good when they get shooting opportunities.
She definitely will. Let's take a look at our keys to today's game presented by Tim Hortons. For Bowling Green, they're going to look to start fast, control the boards on both ends. For St. Bonaventure, set the pace of the game and control the play in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, it says right there for Bowling Green, their key is to control the board. St. Bonaventure, same thing as well in setting that pace for the game. If they can get some rebounds and slow things down, that thwarts Bowling Green's efforts to try and play fast and get their shooters open in space.
The series record between these two teams, Bowling Green on top, 5-2. The last meeting, 2014, March 24th. That was a WNIT game. Bowling Green won that one 76-65. The Bonnies, they're 2-1 here in the Riley Center. So matchup number 8 underway here shortly. And you know what, Jack? It just feels good for the return of college basketball.
It definitely does. What a fun Monday we have here. Doubleheader at the RC and plenty of games all across the country. And I know that college basketball fans like myself very excited for it to be back.
Yaya Lopes and Jocelyn Tate getting ready to tip off their respective seasons. And it's a battle for the ball early, and it will be the St. Bonaventure Bonnies with the first possession. Nadechka Lacine on the first possession, out to Tiana Johnson, lined up the 3 and nailed it.
Yeah, really good dribble drive there by Lacine to find Johnson on the left wing, and the defense collapsed early there.
Tiana Johnson, maybe not known for her three-point shooting ability of last season, gets on the board early, and it looks like the Bonnies are going to start this one in a 2-3 zone. So the Falcons working it around, lined up 3, and it's a shootout here in the first 2 possessions.
That's something that cannot happen. If you're going to play zone, you can't lose track of shooters.
Lissa Brett knocks that one down, and the Bonnies having some trouble breaking the Bowling Green press, and now a foul, loose ball. Looks like it's going to go against St. Bonaventure's Nadechka Lacine. And that's going to get Bowling Green the basketball back. Coming into the game, Jack, we knew Bowling Green, they are going to shoot early, they're going to shoot often, and they're going to be very efficient on those shots.
They returned so much offense, and they were the 4th best three-point shooting team in the country last year. You cannot lose shooters on the perimeter, and that's what happened there in that first possession for Bonaventure. They lost track of Brett, and she's going to make that all day long.
Just about anybody on the floor is going to be able to knock down that shot for this Falcons team. Driving inside with the right on the left side, off the mark. That was Nyla Hampton. Now the Bonnies look to get their own offense going. Lacine gets it over to Lopes. Here's Napper driving inside. Takes some contact off the glass, no good. Rebound brought in by Alyssa Brett. All the way coast to coast there for the Jocelyn Tate.
Tate, she can handle
the Falcons with a the Bonnies break it. Here's Lacine off the mark. This is the wearing the same number as the girl in front of her, Asian-A Johnson, no longer with this program after a storied St. Bonaventure career. And that's another bucket there for Alyssa Brett. An early 7-3 lead here for the Falcons. And Lacine with the over and back turnover. And the Bonnies, they just look flustered right now.
Yeah, this pressure by Bowling Green is causing some problems for St. Bonaventure. And it all starts with number 12, Nyla Hampton. She has the ball right now, and she is just pesky defensively. She's the all-time leader in program history for Bowling Green and steals per game, 2.5 per contest. She just finds ways to bother you.
Definition of a two-way player, that is for sure. Yaya Lopes with a huge block, giving the possession back to the Bonnies. And she's going to help work it up to break this press. And here is Tiana Johnson with it now. Gets the handoff from Napper. Now the screen. Johnson looking to go 2 for 2. Off the mark. Napper good. Crashing the boards. Unable to bring it in. Here goes Morgan Sharps. She passes it ahead. And a nice layup and finish there from Allison Day. And a quick timeout called here from head coach for St. Bonaventure, Jesse Fleming. And that will bring us to our first timeout. It's Bowling Green 9, St. Bonaventure 3. A rough start here for the Bonnies. You're watching Atlantic 10 Women's College Basketball on ESPN+.
That's exactly what they want to do.
Yeah.
She can lead, and she can succeed. In the Atlantic 10, she can do it all.
Toyota pioneered the more efficient way to drive. And now, we're taking things even further. Efficiency for every lifestyle, performance for any terrain, giving you the freedom to go the distance and the power to find your way home. The future of dependability is here with Toyota's full line of electrified vehicles. More power, less gas. Reserve yours today. Toyota. Let's go places.
Experience the difference buying your next pre-owned ride at Schultz. Certified technicians ensure every vehicle has up-to-date maintenance and reconditioning to make our pre-owned inventory like new again. Most pre-owned purchases include a limited lifetime engine warranty and 1 year of complimentary service. Explore Schultz extended warranty options for even more peace of mind on the road. That's why we say you can't beat a Schultz deal.
Back here in the Riley Center, you see on your screen there, 5th season as Bowling Green's head coach, Robin Fralick. She's done a great job with this program.
Yeah, she has. She comes from Ashland, and they were a powerhouse at the D2 level. Only lost 3 games in her whole time at Ashland. National champion, national runner-up, did the whole deal.
Bonnies break the press nicely here. Back in the hands of Lacine and now Tiana Johnson. She has the lone 3 points for the Bonnies here early in the first quarter. Over to Lacine. She's going to catch and shoot. Nails that 3. Bonnies now 2 3-pointers here in this one. And quickly the other way, Bowling Green way off the mark. Taylor Napper with the offensive rebound, but they're going to get her for an offensive foul. And I think that was a pretty good call. Definitely extended the arm.
Yeah, tried to clear out a bit too much there to Napper. But on that initial shot attempt by Bowling Green, that's where you got to be very weary of if you're St. Bonaventure, is they want to try and get down there, spread you out, and find shooters. Luckily, that time, Sharps couldn't hit. But they get the ball back here.
Sharps, one of the best three-point shooters, not only in the MAC conference, but in the country, and she showed exactly why just right there. 9th in the NCAA in three-point percentage just a season ago. 44%, that's not too bad.
Not too shabby where you can hit shots like that off the bounce. That's impressive, especially at the mid-major level.
And showing exactly why shooters got to shoot. Misses the first one badly, comes right back. Next possession, knocks it down as the Bonnies turn it over. They're going to get it right over to Sharps. We'll see how quick she is on the trigger on this possession. Looks like Bowling Green slowing it down just a little bit. Getting by Napper, and the great deflection there from Yaya Lopes. And she'll look to just bring this one up herself as she gets it to Lacine. Lacine and Johnson. each with a three-pointer. For Bonnie's 6 points right now. They trail this one 12-6. Johnson avoids the screen from Napper, goes inside, misses. Offensive rebound. Nikki Oppenheimer, right wing, off the mark. And coming down with that one. And an offensive foul called here on Jocelyn Tate. So the Bonnies have an offensive foul on one end and get it back on the other end.
Yeah, it's a really good call there. You know, a very consistent call on both ends. The same exact play. You see it called the same way, and you like to see that if you're a coach, player, fan, etc.
On the last possession, you saw Nikki Oppenheimer shoot that right wing three-pointer. They're going to be looking for her to be very productive this season from beyond the arc.
Yeah, they are, and St. Bonaventure not shy about shooting threes here in the early going.
The Bonnies, they're going to turn to Johnson here, turns it over. Other way, Bowling Green. A nice pass there on the fast break. Trailing coming up is Tate. She gets by into the corner. Good ball movement here from the Falcons. That floater no good. And coming down with her offensive rebound there, Lexi Fleming. She gets into the game. Her return is now come full circle.
Yeah, let's see how she looks out here in the early going.
A wild shot attempt there from Brett. Bonnies come down with it. Here's Lacine with it. Checking in for the Bonnies, Claire Cody. She is in the game now with possession of the basketball. The Bonnies get it over to Lacine again.
You see how pesky Hampton is. She's just causing problems for the Bonaventure ball handlers right now. And she draws an offensive foul there against Lacine. I've been very impressed. I didn't know coming into this game, Ryan, Bowling Green, a very good offensive team. We talked about it already a couple times, but they're starting their offense with great defense on this, and you're going to see here just a good job staying in front, being just, a nuisance to the ball handlers and picking up offensive fouls, turnover, stuff like that. I've been very impressed with this Bowling Green defense so far.
Plethora of offensive fouls here so far in the early going. It's 12-6, Falcons on top. The Bonnies with a couple of substitutions. Brianna Ware enters the game, and a traveling violation will be called against Amy Velasco, who has entered the game here for the Falcons. Also entering the game for St. Bonaventure, Anaya Webb. Her first appearance in the brown and white. As Ware breaks the press there, and then Lopes throws it to the opposition. Sharps with it. Over to Velasco as they try to get it inside. Cecil, and it goes out of bounds. Off of Cecil, and the Bonnies will get the ball back.
Great job just swarming the basketball there, causing problems. Let's see how Ware handles this pressure. This is her first college action, and let's see if she's able to remain calm against this full court press of Bowling Green. It's been very difficult to figure out.
Lopes with it, stops at the elbow, puts it in. Bonnies are going to be looking for her to be a huge part of the offense this season. We mentioned in the opening the leading scorer from St. Bonaventure last season, making her return.
That was all set up by Ware. A great pass against that press.
And then does it on both sides of the floor. The block for Yaya Lopes. And here's Ware, looking to bring it all the way in. Draws the foul, blocking foul called. And we'll see if Ware gets the continuation for two shots. Looks like they're going to call it on the ground. So it'll be a baseline out of bounds here for the Bonnies.
Coach Fleming told us, Brianna Ware is, a very impressive young player for his squad. She gets downhill really easily. Someone that is going to be interesting to watch as she develops as a freshman.
Bonnies turn it over here as the Falcons getting it up to Sharps there, and they get it inside, off the mark. Offensive rebound for Zikan. And that three-pointer from Sharps no good. Rebound again, offensive for the Falcons, and then a foul on the ground here. It's going to be baseline out of bounds for the Falcons coming up here. The Bonnies, they got to be able to protect the boards.
Yeah, they can't allow second chances to this Bowling Green team, and you're seeing right now, Bowling Green seems like they just want it more in terms of getting those offensive rebounds. You're letting, Fleming get in there at 5'5" and create issues for you. Different players, the guards rebound so well for Bowling Green as well. It's a real team effort from this Falcon squad right now.
Bonnies take out Yaya Lopes and give up the offensive rebound, put her right back into the game. And also coming into the game, making her first Bonnies appearance, Clara Binerte. She makes her first appearance coming over from San Diego State. And another offensive rebound here for the Falcons. Straight up there is Flara. Another offensive rebound. As they get it out to Sharps, one more pass. Velasco off the mark. Another offensive rebound. Loses it out of bounds, but off of St. Bonaventure. Going to be on the 7th chance.
I was about to say 6 or 7 chances for this Bowling Green offense to come away with points on this possession. Bonaventure's got to just block out and get a rebound.
That ball goes into Tate. Gets double teamed. Loses the ball, and the Bonnies force a much needed turnover. As Tiana Johnson will look to break this press, and now a foul here at midcourt. And that's Nyla Hampton picking up the foul, and she's just been aggressive on the ball all quarter long so far.
Yeah, I mean, she's led the charge for this Bowling Green defense. And like I said, they're starting their offense through their defense, causing turnovers, causing problems. We'll see if the St. Bonaventure ball handlers can be more assertive. I'm looking to see who's going to really take the keys to this offense for St. Bonaventure.
Give it into Vinerte. Now back over to Ware. Johnson with it. Vinerte trying to post up here at the elbow. Gets it. Looking to pass it off to Johnson. Finally does. And this defense from Bowling Green is frustrating St. Bonaventure, and they're going to call an offensive 3 seconds. And the ball will go back to the Falcons.
They want you on the sideline. That's the whole point. It's extra defender. And St. Bonaventure seems to have gravitated towards those sidelines when bringing the ball up against pressure from these Falcons. And I don't know if that's the inexperience of the St. Bonaventure guards showing, or if it's just a great job by Bowling Green's defense not giving anything.
Now an extended 2-3 zone here for St. Bonaventure. Dangerous when you got Sharpsire on the wing. Puts up the three, no good. Lopes comes down with the rebound, and all the Bonnies are off and running. Ware gets it over to the corner. Driving and finishing. Anaya Webb with her first Bonnies field goal.
Yeah, that was a really good take from the freshman there. And Webb, she saw a lane and attacked.
Bonnies forcing another turnover. Yaya Lopes has been all over the court here in the first quarter. Bonnies the other way. Ware to Vinerte. Here's Webb for three. Off the mark. Ware goes up for the offensive board, and off the ball foul will be called, I believe, against Amy Velasco. And the Bonnies here, trailing only by 2. When it feels like Bowling Green's been dominating the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the impact of freshmen off the bench and Ware and Webb that have kind of sparked this mini Bonaventure run.
Here's Webb with it. Sharps guarding. They get it to Oppenheimer. No hesitation on the three-point shot, and booking for Nikki Oppenheimer.
That's beautiful action out of that out-of-bounds play. They get Oppenheimer running off-ball screen. She does a good job catching and setting her feet immediately.
Right back the other way. This is an offense that will not wait at all to get their shots up. Brett knocks down that mid-range jumper with ease.
Yeah, Brett's got 7 here in this first quarter. She's been really calm and assertive on the offensive end.
Ware dribbles through. Oppenheimer, mid-range, no good. Is able to hustle for the rebound, and a foul call. This one will go against Jocelyn Tate. That might be her second foul here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it is, and a really good job. St. Bonaventure now looks to be playing at the same aggression level of Bowling Green. Early on, it looked as though Bowling Green really wanted it more in terms of rebounds, loose balls. St. Bonaventure has matched that energy here in the last couple of minutes, and that is why they're on this run right now, Ryan.
Olivia Hill will enter the game for Bowling Green. Nikki Oppenheimer to the free throw line. As she knocks down the first one. Didn't have too many free throws attempted last season, but was one of the best on the team for sure. Went 9 for 10 last season, good for 90%, and 2 for 2 so far. And inside there, off the mark. Trying to get it out. Tiana Johnson defending. That corner three from Brett. No good. Another offensive rebound here for Brett. Back back to the corner. Brett, another try. This one's good. It was an 11-2 run before that three, but now brings it to 11-5. The Bonnies briefly took the lead there. And now Bowling Green now back up 17-15. Ware wastes no time, wants to tie it up, and she will. 17 apiece. 21 seconds on the game clock. We'll see if the Falcons opt to take the final shot of this quarter.
Man, I love what I've seen from Ware in this first quarter. She's explosive, she's assertive, does not look nervous at all out there in this her first quarter of college basketball.
Hampton gets the pass back, puts up the layup, no good. Bonaventure helps push that one out of bounds. It'll be St. Bonaventure ball, just 0.6 seconds on the clock. Enough to get a shot off, but don't think the Bonnies will try. And it was a rough going in the early parts of the first quarter for St. Bonaventure, but the Bonnies finished the first quarter on an 11-5 run to tie this one up at 17 apiece. Second quarter action we return. You're watching women's college basketball on ESPN+.
I'm going to show you how to make my favorite holiday drink, and it's based on a classic. About a quarter ounce of maple, your cinnamon bitters. The best bourbon to use is Buffalo Trace. We're going to use 2 ounces of this. We're going to add some ice. Give it a quick stir here. To garnish with a cinnamon stick. Sometimes you don't have other ingredients, so a great solution for that is the stirring old-fashioned mix, and it just screams holiday. Cheers.
Take a brand new record, play it, turn me on to something good. Take a brand new record, play it, turn me on to something good. Turn me on to something good.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away. Get 0% APR financing plus 0 payments for 90 days on select vehicles. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
You're tough. Rugged. And your truck is...
worth a lot of money in today's market.
Who are you?
I'm from Edmunds. People come to us first to buy and sell their cars. This truck is in high demand, and if you want to see its resale value, you can check out our free appraisal tool. Super useful for actual truck owners, not just car commercial actors.
Oh, I also do theater.
Oh, nice.
Car shoppers go to Edmunds first. We drive it like it is.
Oh, your lumber's hollow.
It's a beautiful time for rivalries.
New York, what up? RJ.
The Knicks head to Brooklyn to take back New York.
I got KD Vision for 10. It's rivalry time. You know I'm dunking on these paws like a bucket.
And King James defends his throne in the Battle of LA. Knicks, Nets, and Lakers Clippers, Wednesday on ESPN.
It's NBA on ESPN time.
Back here to the Riley Center, you see on your screen there. Coming into the screen at least. Jesse Fleming, he's in the 7th season at the helm at St. Bonaventure. And he's got a brand new team to try to work around. And so far, it's looking pretty good after first quarter.
Yeah, he joked with us and said, you know, it's not a St. Bonaventure team under my leadership unless we have a guard from New York City. And he has Brianna Ware this year from Queens. And he got a diamond in the rough with her. She's been very impressive and really aggressive here in the early going.
Mid-range shot off the mark there from Allison Day, and the Bonnies look to get the lead back here. It's Ware with it. Looking for a screen from Bonaventure. And a turnover here for St. Bonaventure. Sharps the other way. And that's just good transition offense there, finishing that one for the Falcons, Olivia Hill.
Yeah, Coach Fleming's upset there by, them not getting back on defense. You cannot let them just outrun you like that and get an easy bucket, and that's exactly what happened there. And Ware now struggling a bit. Oh, looks like she's down too.
Hampton the other way with the easy layup, and Ware definitely looks like she may have twisted her ankle there. But she is slow to get up and limping. Looks like St. Bonaventure will bring in a substitution for her. Wonder if we can get another look at that one. She has been a huge part of this St. Bonaventure run that has brought them, back into this game. And she is struggling to get off the court right now. And it looks like St. Bonaventure will bring back on Nadechka Lacine.
Yeah, and that's obviously very unfortunate. As I mentioned, she'd been playing so well in her first collegiate action, so hopefully she's okay and can return into this game at some point. Let's see how they handle the pressure of the Bowling Green defense without Ware.
They're putting no pressure on those ankles right now. Lacine maybe got away with the push-off. Bonnie's with the ball, and maybe a makeup call there from the official as they get the offensive foul called on Lacine regardless. And the ball goes back to the Falcons.
That's the third against Lacine now. So not a great situation to be in if you're Coach Fleming. You have a primary ball handler in Ware who just got injured, another primary ball handler in Lacine who now has 3 fouls against a swarming Bowling Green defense.
Guarding the ball there, Tiana Johnson. They were looking for her to be more of a secondary ball handler coming into this season, but now all of a sudden she might be thrown right back into that starting point guard role for the remainder of this game. She drives inside hard, misses. Lopes trying for the offensive rebound. And it looks like they're going to call a jump ball, and possession will stay with the Bonnies.
Another Bonnie getting their first action in the brown and white. Peyton Fields, transfer from Western Nebraska Community College. We're number 24.
Lexi Fleming also comes in. Oppenheimer pump fake, puts up the 3, no good. Gets her own rebound, gets it over to Lopes. Lopes trying to give it off. She gives it off to Tiana Johnson. She's looking to drive. Lopes for 3 from the corner, knocks it down. Yaya Lopes from downtown.
Coach Fleming told us that's what she worked so hard on this summer, becoming a more consistent three-point shooter. Always nice when your 5 can step out and hit shots like that.
5 for 25 from deep last season, 1 for 1 on the young season. As the Pines give up a layup on the other end. Trail by 3 here, back with the ball. Here's Fields. Over to Johnson. Gets the screen from Lopes. She's open. Mid-range jump shot. And Yaya Lopes is stroking it right now with her jump shot.
Yeah, when she can knock down those shots, it spreads out defenses where they can't just sit back and play the couple guards on the perimeter. She causes matchup problems for defenders.
Hampton with it. Over to Fleming, back to Hampton. They get it inside. And they find Brett for 3 right on line, and she will knock that one down more often than not.
You really cannot help off of her. You really can't, because she's so good on standstill catch and shoot 3s. It's a second time right there waiting for a kick out and knocked it down with ease.
Here's Fields. They look to get it to Oppenheimer at the top of the key. They do, over to Lopes. Tiana Johnson with it. She was looking for maybe pulling a jump shot there. Into Lopes. She gets blocked. Great defense there from Olivia Hill. And now the other way go the Falcons. Here's Fleming. Oppenheimer goes down and draws the offensive foul. Nikki Oppenheimer. We talking to Jessie Fleming for St. Bonaventure last year. A big reason Oppenheimer wasn't seeing too many minutes on the floor was her lack of ability on the defensive end. She is showing that she is much improved in that aspect of her game.
Does a great job there, quickly establishing legal guarding position to draw that offensive foul. It was a split-second bang-bang play, but at the last moment, she gets those both feet on the floor, torso pointed towards Fleming on the drive, and picks up that offensive foul.
So Caitlin Parker into the game now here for St. Bonaventure. That one's deflected from Fleming. She goes flying into the stands. And a great effort play there from Fleming as she works her way back onto the court, holding her leg here.
And that's, you don't want to see that if you're a Falcon fan after you miss Fleming for a whole season, and she goes diving valiantly trying to save the ball right near us. I thought we might be involved in some action there, Ryan. Whoop, right by us goes Lexi Fleming, and luckily she's okay. But, I mean, that is scary if you're a Bowling Green fan after you're missing debatably your best player for a whole year. And apparently it seems as if they're already missing Hempfling today. She has not played in this game. We were unaware of this coming in. She is dressed and on the bench. So it must just be one of those things where not quite 100% for Katie Hempfling today.
Yeah, she makes her announcement that she's going to return for her 6th year and 122 consecutive starts, as we mentioned in the open. Very surprising not to see her not only be dressed, but just not start in general. Interesting to see if we'll maybe see her late in the game, but I doubt it at this point. She definitely would have gotten in the game by now. So the Falcons playing without her for the first time since she's been on campus. So they're playing in new waters here as the Bonnies here with Tiana Johnson drives inside, blocked. They're going to call a foul. And Tiana Johnson will go to the free throw line where she struggled last season. And the Bonnies have been very quick and diligent in getting Lopes a quick breather and then get her back in. She has been the go-to girl for this team so far.
Yeah, St. Bonaventure really is mixing up the rotation, just trying to keep people fresh, because one of the challenges that you face when playing Bowling Green is because they're so deep and they're so shooter-oriented and spreading the offense. If you're not well-conditioned, you're going to be in some trouble facing this team.
32 for 60 last season from the free throw line. Tiana Johnson, that was 53%. Misses a pair there. Back the other way, the Falcons. Velasco can't get the roll, and Lopes comes down with the rebound. She pushes this one ahead to Webb. The Euro step, and she runs her over. That's an easy call. Offensive foul. Webb will pick that one up. And that was just good defense there from the Falcons in transition.
Once again, a little bit slow to get up. It's Lexi Fleming, but, I mean, you love to see that. Didn't play in a game for a year. Comes out now, she's diving around the floor, taking offensive fouls. And, for Coach Fralick, she said she's obviously a great player for us, but the biggest way in which they missed her was her just being a competitor and being gritty, and you see it right there.
Yeah, we just saw 2 perfect examples of exactly that. Brett inside, easy layup. The Falcons trying to pick apart the Bonnies' defense right now as they now take a 6-point lead here, nearing the midway point of the second quarter. Johnson turns it over. Lopes is going to try to chase down Hampton. And Hampton draws the foul. Lopes will pick that one up. It'll just be her first. And Hampton will go to the free throw line for 2. And a good sign for St. Bonaventure is Brianna Ware coming back onto the floor.
Yeah, that is a very good sign. And on that last play before the steal, just a defensive breakdown in that zone for St. Bonaventure. The back line was way too extended. I mean, you see up in the middle, they were towards that A10 logo. Just too much free space to roam near the baseline there, and Brett took advantage of it. What a stellar game for her. She's got 15 now in the first half.
Hampton at the line here. She was 80% from the charity strike last season. Hits the first and knocks down the second. The Bonnies will bring back onto the floor Nikki Oppenheimer, as well as Caitlin Parker will take a seat. So the full court press staying on here for the Falcons. Bonnies get it into Ware. She looks to break the press herself. Slows it up a bit. Lopes, trouble keeping her feet, but does just in time. Ware tries to get it into Lopes. She does. Bonnies now in their offense. They got it to Oppenheimer. No hesitation when she comes off the double screen, and Nikki Oppenheimer is shooting with confidence here tonight.
That's the word, confidence. She's not afraid to pull the trigger, and that is the trademark of a confident shooter, being able to come off the dribble and knock down shots like that.
Right back the other way goes Bowling Green. It's Sharps. She's off the mark. And a foul called here against the Falcons. And that could be the 5th foul of the quarter.
On number 5.
On number 5, gotcha. That'll bring us to a media timeout. That's what you were talking about, Jack. Our first media timeout here in the second quarter. It's the Bonnies 25 and the Falcons 30. Bonnies ball when we return. You're watching women's college basketball on ESPN+.
Toyota pioneered the more efficient way to drive. And now, we're taking things even further. Efficiency for every lifestyle. Performance for any terrain. Giving you the freedom to go the distance and the power to find your way home. The future of dependability is here with Toyota's full line of electrified vehicles. More power, less gas. Reserve yours today. Toyota. Let's go places.
A lot goes into your college decision. So at St. Bonaventure, we put a lot into making that decision easier, creating an experience that checks all the boxes, both practical and emotional, with an education that's top-ranked for value, state-of-the-art facilities, and a sense of community that stays with you for life. Because when it comes to choosing between using your head or following your heart, you shouldn't have to choose at all. Discover how being a Bonnie gives you the best of both worlds.
Schultz is the place where you can not only find your next new car, you can customize it exactly how you want it. Build a vehicle from one of your favorite brands. Secure rebates and incentives and expect delivery within 6 to 8 weeks. Get the keys to your ride in-store or in your own driveway and enjoy a year of complimentary Schultz Auto Care. Walk in to view our exciting inventory of vehicles arriving daily or schedule your digital consultation online today to discover why we say you can't beat a Schultz deal.
Back here to the Riley Center. And Jack, early on in this game, there's one stat that really sticks out, and it's the fact that Bowling Green has been dominant on the offensive boards.
Yeah, 9 offensive rebounds for Bowling Green. I mentioned you can't give this team second chances. Luckily for St. Bonaventure, only 3 second chance points for the Falcons, but if you keep letting them get second looks at the hoop, they're going to take advantage eventually.
Bonnies get it to Oppenheimer in the corner, and she is stroking it from deep here in the Riley Center tonight. Nikki Oppenheimer, her third three-pointer of the game.
Yeah, that's a really good job by Lopes to just make sure she finds her shooter in the corner there. She felt the pressure coming and just dumps that off.
Hampton inside, Ware defending, and Hampton good with the left.
Hampton, very impressive. She came in last year, she averaged 8.5 a game, and she's so pesky defensively. A real asset to have on your team.
Claire Cody, left wing, off the mark, Lopes rebound. And now Brianna Ware with it.
Good job settling things down there by Ware.
Back over to Cody. Ware asks for it back, gets it back. Looking for a screen. Looks to get inside. Back over to Cody. Cody to Lopes. Lopes from left wing off the mark. And rebound for the Falcons, and they're going to look to work it up quickly. Velasco with it. She slows it down a bit. Now Hampton. Hampton all the way inside, but an offensive foul called against Sophie Zekin. The Bonnies will get the ball back.
Yeah, that's actually a really good call there by the official to make that on the good drive by number 12 Hampton. You're going to see Zick, and she's cleared out a bit too much space there on this drive, and right there, that's the foul. Doesn't allow Lopes to get over and try and make a play on that defensively.
Ware with it. Over to Fields. And here's Johnson. Sharps defending. Lopes, top of the key, puts up the 3-ball, leaves it short, and Sharps comes down with the rebound. But Brianna Ware, an aggressive play, but will pick up the foul here. Falcons lead this one by 4 here with just over 3 minutes to go.
If you're St. Bonaventure, I know you're shooting the 3-ball really well, but they're starting to teeter over the edge to falling in love with the 3-pointer a bit too much. Try and get downhill a little bit more in attack. They've just been kind of settling for outside shots, and for the first time today, we see Hempfling in.
So Hempfling doesn't start for the first time since her college debut, and she comes off the bench late in the first half. We'll see what kind of impact she can bring to this team. One of the best players to ever don the orange for Bowling Green. Ware with it, gets the screen from Lopes, and she's going to pick up an illegal screen foul here. I was watching that one pretty close, and I'm not too sure. I don't know about your opinion on that one, Jack. It was definitely a bang-bang play.
Yeah, I think she was set. It was more the shift of the hips to try and get out and get a piece of the defender, and that is the 3rd foul on Lopes. So some lingering foul trouble for St. Bonaventure. Lacina has 3, Lopes has 3. And interesting to watch here. Let's see the way Bowling Green handles having Day and Hempfling in the game at the same time. They're both 2 very dominant post players.
Velasco over the Hempfling. Now Hampton with it. And something Bowling Green will do often, and that's just work the ball around the court very quickly. Hempfling's going to pick up a traveling violation on that drive, though, and the Bonnies will get the ball back. Ware with it for St. Bonaventure. Looks to get a screen from Cody. And the double team comes. Ware lets Hampton just put up the layup, and Hampton, all alone, tries to put a reverse layup up and misses it.
Yeah, just heard the footsteps of Ware. A good decision by the freshman to not go for the block and just kind of be in the area and try and force the miss.
Oppenheimer tries to bring this one inside. Jump ball. It's going to be possession Bowling Green.
I said you got to get down here more for St. Bonaventure. That is a lot easier said than done with this Bowling Green swarming defense. You saw that she puts it on the deck. Next thing you know, there's 2 Bowling Green orange jerseys right there with her. Get the tie up and the ball right back.
So Velasco with it. Ware defending. She tries to get it inside, and a foul will be called here against St. Bonaventure. It looks like off the ball. Called on Oppenheimer, and that will put Sharps to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Talk about Sharps that are shooting prowess, 44% from deep last year. Transfer from Xavier. This is her 2nd year with Bowling Green. And when she was with Xavier as a freshman, she made the 9th most threes in the Big East. So the second she stepped onto the court in college, she's been a 3-point threat.
One of many players on this Falcons squad that can light it up from deep. And for St. Bonaventure so far today, it's been Nikki Oppenheimer who's been able to do that. Right now, she's trying to give it up to Tiana Johnson. A backdoor cut from Fields, and she puts it in.
I love the composure by Johnson on that broken play to find Fields in the cut.
Quickly the other way goes Bowling Green. Hampton with it at the top of the key. Now over to Sharps. Oppenheimer defending. Sharps left alone, and she's going to knock that one down, especially when she's been struggling. Shooters, they're going to keep shooting, and eventually the percentages are going to balance back out.
The Bonnies have handed out 9 free points, 3 to Sharps and 6 to Brett on just losing track of shooters.
Sharps now 2 of 7 from long range. Was 1 of 6 before that last shot. Fields with it here. Tries to get it to Cody. Does. And a hand check foul here will go against Allison Day. It looks like St. Bonaventure will have some free throws now, so both teams in the bonus for the remaining 55 seconds of the first half.
Good half we've seen here. And to start off this season, you never know what you're going to get from, either side once you start a brand new campaign. But they've both come out ready to play and plenty of aggression from both these teams.
Claire Cody, 3 of 6 from the free throw line a season ago, 50%. 0 for 1 after that miss. And stays on track with that 50% number as she splits a pair. The Bonnies trail by 5. Hampton with it. Ball goes inside. Hook shot, no good. Cody comes down with the rebound. Spins around a couple times. And she's bringing it up herself. Tiana Johnson trails. Now they get it over to Cody. Brianna Ware with it. Oppenheimer comes off a staggered screen. Ball inside. Bonnie's getting Fields a screen now. Oppenheimer with it. Trying to get her shot off. Gets a screen. 5 on the shot clock. Oppenheimer tries to split the defense. Can't. Hampton now on the fast break. She's got Fleming. Fleming with the layup. Misses. Goes down hard again.
Fleming has been getting beat up here in this first half. I guess welcome back to competitive action.
Jack, she can't catch a break out here. She goes into the stands, takes a hard charge, now goes into the press table over there, and she's staying true. Okay. She is just a gamer out there right now.
She's got the mouthpiece in. I mean, you'd think she's playing football with the way the beating she's taken out there today, but
it's been commendable, to say the least.
Yes. Good opportunity for her to advance this Falcon lead heading into the halftime break.
Fleming misses the first free throw there.
You talk about leading by example. It's her second year as a captain for this Bowling Green team, only a junior. And you can tell why they trust her as a leader.
80% from the free throw line 2 seasons ago. Splits a pair there. 4 seconds on the game clock. Where Fields at the buzzer. Off the mark. Bonnies get an offensive rebound there from Webb, but nothing comes out of it. So a pretty good first half for both of these two teams. It's Bowling Green leading this one by 6 by a score of 37-31. Stick around. Halftime show when we return. You're watching women's college basketball on ESPN+.
I'm going to show you how to make my favorite holiday drink, and it's based on a classic. About a 1/4 ounce of maple, your cinnamon bitters. The best bourbon to use is Buffalo Trace. We're going to use 2 ounces of this. We're going to add some ice. Give it a quick stir here to garnish with a cinnamon stick. Sometimes you don't have other ingredients, so a great solution for that is the Stirring old-fashioned mix, and it just screams holiday. Cheers.
It's a beautiful time for rivalries.
New York, what up? RJ.
The Knicks head to Brooklyn to take back New York.
I got KD vision, be a 10. It's rivalry time. You know I'm dunking on these balls like a ball game.
And King James defends his throne in the Battle of LA.
Harlan Kawhi.
Knicks, Nets, and Lakers Clippers, Wednesday on ESPN.
It's NBA on ESPN time.
This might be the most emotionally charged match of the modern era.
So Black Girl Hockey Club is all about building a community within the community.
A heart-pounding atmosphere.
This is the loudest that has ever been here.
What did you expect? Did you think you could relax? Or had you convinced yourself some records were forever? That you'd seen everything that there was to see? Or have you realized you can't look away and you don't know the future and that the game has never been better?
That is hockey.
Back here to the CPL halftime report. Ryan Bowen along with my partner here, Jack Angelucci, bringing you the opening game of the 22-23 college basketball season between the St. Bonaventure Bonnies and the Bowling Green Falcons. Jack, in that first half, it was back and forth. Bowling Green takes an early lead. The Bonnies scrap their way back, and then Bowling Green, towards the end of that first half, extended their lead just a little bit to take this 6-point lead. As we take a look at our first half highlights, they didn't show up on the stat sheet in terms of second chance points, but Bowling Green was dominating the offensive glass.
Yeah, and we're going to take a look at it here. St. Bonaventure do a better job finding shooters. Right there, Brett lost in transition, open for a three. The Bonnies just seem to lose shooters again. Brett, she fades her way to the corner. It's because this Bowling Green team, they're so connected. They know where they're going to be at any moment on the floor. If you turn your head for 1 second, next thing you know, someone else is in a wide open spot, and that person finds them just like that.
Yeah, Brett led the Falcons in that first half with 15 points, 6 of 9 from the floor, 3 of 4 from deep. The Bonnies are definitely going to want to get a hand on their face, and even though you have, Morgan Sharp, she is, typically one of the best three-point shooters in the MAC conference. She struggles a little bit in that first half, but still does go 1 for 6 from deep. And just, production. That's what Bowling Green, they're going to get that out of more often than not.
On the St. Bonaventure side of things, they got a lot of lift from their younger players. You saw Ware with a layup, Webb here finding Oppenheimer. She was so good in that first half, Nikki Oppenheimer. The definition of a confident shooter, just coming off those screens and letting it fly immediately. She's a big reason why this deficit right now is only 6.
Yeah, Nikki Oppenheimer, she has something about her for first games in the Riley Center to start a season. Against Robert Morris last season, she had a career-high 13 points, went 2 of 3 from deep in that game. Didn't crack 10 the rest of the season. So far, here today, she is leading St. Bonaventure in the scoring category with 11. She'll be looking to duplicate that in the second half to keep St. Bonaventure in this one. We'll take a quick break and take a look at some stats from the first half. When we return, you're watching the CPL halftime show here on ESPN+.
Here we go, y'all.
We're going ice skating.
You got it, Chuck. Come on.
We went out the aisle, out the church, right to McDonald's.
In the past 22 years, I've seen a lot of celebrations. Proms,
birthday parties,
weddings. After the ceremony, we were starving.
The crew, they were just so excited for us.
We got married at McDonald's.
The owner, he let us have our wedding there.
We pull up and it was closed.
We were knocking on the window.
So I let them in. When they come to celebrate, I feel like it's a celebration for me too, because I get to enjoy and be a part of their day.
I'll remember that chapter of my life forever. We laughed. We cried. We protected that Progressive Home and Auto bundle day and night. We were all of us dazzling. Like knights sworn to protect our kingdom. We knew it wouldn't last forever, but that's what made it special.
I know we'll be back tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but it'll never be today again.
Just get on the bus floor.
They said go for a drive, and these naps have been unbeatable. So we're getting Chevron with Techron for unbeatable mileage. Paying with the Chevron app makes this stop a snap. A very quiet snap. Unbeatable mileage for unbeatable drives.
Hi, I'm Sunny. Welcome to my dorm room. This is my walk-in closet / vanity. This is where I nap. A lot. Every dorm needs a cotton candy maker.
Hey, is that one of those $5 subs?
Yeah, but it's more like $7.
You can get a brand new Horn Kia for $5 a day.
Wow!
Come on down to Horn Kia in Gilbert today and get a brand new Kia for just $5 a day.
One.
You know soccer can be long, too dramatic. Well, I'll give it up. Bundesliga, it's a whole other game. Football may not always be perfect, but Bundesliga is football as it's meant to be.
Back here for the CPL halftime report. St. Bonaventure trails Bowling Green by a score of 37-31. And in that first half, we saw Bowling Green do what we expected them to do, and that's shoot the three ball. Maybe they didn't shoot it at the highest clip that they maybe could have, but I think maybe that'll balance out in the second half. For St. Bonaventure, though, they are trying to match those threes every step of the way.
Yeah, St. Bonaventure, a really good performance from deep, led by Oppenheimer's 3 triples. But with that being said, you have to be wary. Cannot fall in love with a three-point shot. St. Bonaventure started teetering over that edge a bit towards the end of the first half. They got to find ways to get inside more and create, and then maybe kick out to three-point shooters.
Yeah, St. Bonaventure coming into this year. Last year, they only got 4.7 three-pointers a game. That was 12th in the A-10. As we take a look at our first half stats presented by Zippo. And for St. Bonaventure, what really sticks out there on that screen there is the turnover discrepancy.
Yeah, 18 turnovers for the Bonnies in the first half, and it was just pesky defense from Bowling Green. They went into that full court pressure for quite some time, then dropped back, and even in the half court, they were providing half court traps and plenty of help defense to cause some problems for Bonaventure to get into the flow of their offense. But another thing you don't see here on the screen is 9 offensive rebounds in half number 1 for Bowling Green. They only got 3 second chance points off of those offensive rebounds, but you can't keep letting them get a second and third bite at the apple if you're St. Bonaventure, because eventually Bowling Green is too good to not score on those opportunities.
Yeah, they're going to start knocking them down if they keep on getting those opportunities. For St. Bonaventure, so far, just mentioned before the stats came up, not your best three-point shooting team if you refer to last year, but so far this year, they're trying to maybe prove that they're going to be a much different team from beyond the arc. We were talking to Coach Jesse Fleming earlier this week. He emphasized he wants to have a team where all 5 players on the court can shoot from all spots on the floor. So he has definitely stayed true to that so far. We even saw Yaya Lopes take and even make a three-pointer from the corner in that first half. Did shoot a couple other ones that weren't able to fall, but it's been Nicky Oppenheimer who's really led the offensive charge for the Bonnies.
Yeah, and for Oppenheimer, this is what you want to see out of your grad student, to be able to shoot confidently and not have any second thoughts when catching the basketball. It's been really important for her, in this first half, and hopefully in the second half for St. Bonaventure to keep the momentum going and that confidence going. I think the message at halftime from Coach Fleming has to be, we know where our areas of concern are. The turnovers as well as, the rebounding. So that's kind of the focus right now.
Yeah, we will take a break. Second half when we return. St. Bonaventure trails by 6, 37-31. Bowling Green on top. You're watching women's college basketball on ESPN+.
There are more than 68,000 average annual auto technician job openings in the U.S., and you can train in less than a year. UTI's classes start every 3 to 6 weeks. Visit uti.edu to see jobs in demand today.
Wow. I love it. You look amazing.
Took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959. Then we took a hard left in East Africa. A right at Baja. A 180 in the empty quarter. And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge. But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
In the past 22 years, I've seen a lot of celebrations.
Proms, birthday parties,
weddings.
The crew, they were just so excited for us.
When they come to celebrate, I feel like it's a celebration for me too, because I get to enjoy and be a part of their day.
Buckle up, NBA fans, because the best to ever do it are back. That was amazing.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. We got freedom. We got power. We got future. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together. Because your new Ford vehicle is just the start of a journey. So stop by your Ford dealer today. and claim one of the thousands of new Ford trucks and SUVs on their way. We've been building this country for 119 years, but we're just getting started.
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
Back to the Riley Center on the campus of St. Bonaventure University. It's Bowling Green and the Bonnies. Bowling Green up 6. Second half going to be coming up here shortly. You know, Coach Freilich, maybe, what do you think she was saying to her team there at the halftime break? Is she pleased with the half performance? Is she unpleased? What does she want to change as we head into the second half?
To be honest with you, she's probably pretty happy. They did a good job of just finding the correct person, getting open shots. They didn't really force any shots in that first half. Unfortunately, some didn't fall that they'd like to make, but I think the message is the same. The game plan is solid for them. They did a good job executing. St. Bonaventure just outshot their expectations from 3, in my opinion.
Trail by 6 as we get the second half going. It was Nikki Oppenheimer knocking down 3 of them. You see Freilich, Coach Freilich for Bowling Green on your screen. You know, when I look at the numbers of her at Ashland, you know, what comes to mind is she's the Division II Gino Ariema is what she was, or Division III. She, unbelievable record, 90% win percentage, with 37-0 in a season. First time it's been done at that level. She's just one heck of a coach. Now she's trying to bring that to Bowling Green.
Yeah, and she really has. This Bowling Green team, you know, the last 2 years they finished 124th and 65th, respectively, in the net. Before that, they were not in the top 200 since 2015. So she's turned around this program in a big way. They are so happy to have all their assets back. They had 75 instances last year where a player missed a game due to injury. So they're just happy to, you know, have everyone back and playing together in this season opener.
Yeah, Coach Freilich, let's take a look. Jesse Fleming, his 7th season. Talked a little bit about him earlier in the game. Trying to navigate this new team. Loses his top 2 scorers, and after one half of play, he definitely seems to have a lot of offensive options, especially young ones coming in.
The question still is who's going to, you know, separate themselves as that primary ball handler to, you know, take care of the offense for St. Bonaventure. Is it going to be Johnson? Is it going to be Lacine? Is it going to be Ware?
Napper turns that one over. Pass intended for Lacine. And the other way go the Falcons. Get it over to Tate. And now Hampton with it. Brings it to her left, drives in. Left hand, no good, but foul will go against Nadechko. Seen her 4th foul. And a very quick turn to Brianna Ware for St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, so, I mean, that makes things a little more clear-cut who's going to run your offense with 4 fouls on the scene, and Ware's going to be tasked in her first college game of trying to navigate a Bonaventure comeback here.
Hampton good on the first free throw. Now 3 for 3 on the game. Make that 3 for 4. The announcer's jinx comes up there. But an offensive rebound, 10th one of the game for the Falcons. And the referee blows his whistle as Sharps had a wide open 3-pointer.
And yeah, the shot clock should have went to 20. It went to 30. And it negates what would have been a 3 to put Bowling Green up by 10.
So the Bonnies catch a break there. Possession still with the Falcons. Tate with it, now over to Sharps. She drives on Oppenheimer. driving inside, and the easy layup missed there by Tate. Bonnie's come up with the rebound. Here's Ware. Hampton defending over to Oppenheimer. She gets it over to Napper. Fakes the pass. Bonnie's get it back to Ware. Hampton's guarding. Lopes drives inside. Ball gets stripped. Good steal there by Brett. She goes inside. Ware, once again, does not attempt to go for the block. The Falcons player misses the layup by a large margin, and the jump ball will go into possession of Bowling Green. Looks like Brianna Ware's got that move down pat at this point, with just not going up for the block and just forcing the player to miss it because they're being scared.
And a little bit of extra shove there from Ware. I think they're going to take a look at this one as well, as she did kind of give a little bit of a bump to Brett after the play. We'll see what they decide. And it's going to be immediate timeout as well.
So that will bring us to the break. It's a 7-point Bowling Green lead, 38-31. We'll try to get an explanation for you when we return. You're watching women's college basketball on ESPN+.
Let's make a toast. Here's to savoring every sip.
I want to get that done, you know.
And embracing every moment. Every unexpected, timeless moment. To turning up, winding down, and everything in between. Whatever you're planning or not planning this holiday season, we're made for the moment.
Blake Masters' extreme agenda is a threat to our lives and our families. He'd strip away abortion rights nationwide. He'd privatize our Social Security, and he'd give breaks to his corporate supporters. Arizona, say no to extreme Blake Masters.
The newest thing from Pizza Hut isn't pizza at all. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. New Pizza Hut melts, just $6.99.
I be like, sheesh.
Buckle up, NBA fans, because the best to ever do it are back. That was amazing.
Find out where that road leads. Take on any challenge. When you have the #1 brand in dependability, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Kia, movement that inspires.
You like it natural? So does Clairol Natural Instincts Color. With coconut oil and aloe vera. No ammonia ever, so it always plays nice with your hair. Natural Instincts from Clairol. It's so you.
Change is coming.
Back here to the Riley Center, we're going to take a look at what the referees were looking at. It looks like they called the foul against number 5 for Bowling Green in Brett, and they were looking for some excessive contact. They deemed that there was not, so we play on. It'll be St. Bonaventure side. Baseline out of bounds, trying to break this Bowling Green press. Trailing by 7 here. Bonnie's 3-9 when trailing at the half just a season ago. Looking to change that trend here in the new season. Lopes gets it over to Oppenheimer. She looks to drive right, brings it back out. Back to Lopes. Lopes drives inside with the right hand, though. Good offensive foul. And guess who, Jack?
Automatic, yeah.
She's everywhere.
Exactly. sacrificing her body. The scoring has not been there for Fleming in her first game back, and that might have been a touch late that she slid in there, in my opinion. But got the call no matter what. So, only 1.4 so far, but she's done a lot of extra effort things for this Falcons team.
It's been unbelievable to watch so far. You hear, Coach Freilich say, how competitive she is. Nothing she could have said could have demonstrated the competitiveness that we've seen so far from her today. Just putting her body in harm's way every second that she's able for the benefit of the team. And so far, it's leading Bowling Green to this 7-point lead.
Yeah, and that's the third foul on Lopes on that offensive player control foul.
So Lopes to the bench. Ball goes inside. Napper defending. Hook shot. No good. Missing that one, Allison Day. And now here go the Bonnies. Ware with it. Driving on Hampton all the way inside. And one for Brianna Ware.
Yeah. My biggest takeaway in this game is she's going to be exciting to watch in the brown and white. That's just a very strong take. And you don't see freshmen finish through contact like that very often. A really good take by Ware to get herself to the line for the bonus free throw.
It's not St. Bonaventure basketball unless you have a New York City native driving the ball to the hoop, capable of turning the landscape of the game with just one play. And that's what Brianna Ware is doing so far here today. Hampton with it after Ware is unable to complete the three-point play. Oppenheimer goes down, and an offensive foul is called. It's a duel of offensive fouls here in the third quarter as Nikki Oppenheimer takes her second of the game.
It's going to be the third foul against Hampton as well, and that's big because Hampton is such a catalyst for this Bowling Green defensive pressure.
5-point Falcons lead. Here's Brianna Ware with it, driving on Velasco. Here's Johnson. Napper drives inside, blocked. And out of bounds, it's going to be possession to Bowling Green. And good defense there from the Falcons inside as they have held Taylor Napper to absolutely nothing.
Yeah, she's struggled to get things going against the experienced post-play of Bowling Green so far, specifically Allison Day, who Bowling Green's very happy to have on their squad now from Loyola Chicago.
Velasco, a nice backdoor cut there from Tate as Bowling Green extends their lead to 7 here. And that's just good offense there from the Falcons. As here goes Fields inside, blocked by Allison Day, and here go the Falcons the other way. Tate with it, goes inside, finishes over Tiana Johnson, and it's a scoring run in the making here for the Falcons. Bonnies are going to have to try to do something to get things back on their side. Velasco defending, ball over to Oppenheimer, and now here's Napper. Tiana Johnson with it to Fields. 10 on the shot clock, counting down, now 7. They try to get it into Napper. It's a turnover. Here goes Sharps over to Tate, and the fast break layup is botched. And then a foul on the opposite side of the court. And I think Bowling Green is better at shooting threes than wide open layups at this point.
I mean, what you can commend, though, is the aggressiveness from Bowling Green. But I agree. They really have kind of struggled in terms of getting those fast break looks to drop. And Tate just a bit too much speed coming down. She's an aggressive player, someone they let coming off the bench a lot last year. She started here today. Her brother plays in the NBA, Jay Sean, for the Phoenix Suns. He was an all-rookie team member back in 2020, 2021. So a good basketball pedigree in that household.
There is such a thing as being too open. I think we're seeing that here so far today. That ball intended for Taylor Napper goes out of bounds. Looks like Webb was trying to thread the needle in there. Bonnies will have a baseline out of bounds. It'll be Ware to inbound. Lopes tries to get the double screen. Ball's over to Johnson. Fleming's defending. Johnson all the way inside with the left finish. Lions cut it down to 7.
Good composure there on the finish by Johnson with that step-through move. Really good.
Sharps gets it inside the day. Wide open 3 for Velasco. Off the mark. Rebound Lopes. They push it ahead here to Tiana Johnson. Inside the web. Sharps defending. And Sharps is going to pick up a foul. Doesn't like the call. Be just her first foul on the game. And with it being the 5th team foul, the Bonnies just midway through the third quarter here are going to be shooting the bonus the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's, when you're trailing, being able to be in the bonus and get those free throw opportunities are very, very important.
So Webb to the free throw line, knocks down the first. The freshman from Omaha, Nebraska. Her first collegiate free throws are good. 2 for 2 on the young career.
They get a foul, I believe. Yeah, a push goes against the Bonnies on that free throw.
So Taylor Napper being physical inside, and looks like the Bonnies are going to turn to Clara Vinarte in favor of Napper here. The Bonnies bring back in the 6'2" forward from Latvia and transfer from San Diego State. Here's Bowling Green. Velasco over to Sharps in the corner. Working it all the way inside to Brett. Turnaround, easy shot there for Brett as she continues her good scoring today.
She can really create for herself, and it's been fun to watch. She's up to 17 now.
Inerte over to Ware in the right corner. She drives inside. Unable to finish, but picks up the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Good job by St. Bonaventure, causing Bowling Green to pick up all these fouls. And like I said, it's important when you're down to get these opportunities. Let's see if Ware can convert here.
So Velasco picks up the foul. Just her second. 2 free throws coming here for Ware. 0 for 1 from the line so far today. Now 0 for 2. Second free throw from Ware is good. So now 1 for 3 at the strike so far. Bonnie's cut it to 6. Here's Velasco. Gets it over to Brett. They get it inside. The reverse layup, good from Zekin.
Very polished finish from someone who only played 7 minutes a game last year for Bowling Green, but she looks to have improved this offseason, definitely.
Here's Ware, loses it, gets it into Lopes, and a great pass there from the freshman, finding the senior in Lopes. But right back the other way goes Bowling Green, out of control layup, no good from Tate. And then a timeout called here from head coach Robin Freilich. And we will take a timeout with them. It's Bowling Green 46, St. Bonaventure 40. Here midway through the third quarter, you're watching women's college basketball on ESPN+.
She can compete. She can win. She can lead. And she can succeed. In the Atlantic 10, she can do it all.
My name is Alicia Henning. I'm from Buffalo, New York. I was looking for a new car because I got into an accident. I saw that they had a Nissan Rogue in Jamestown since I needed something that works well in the snow. So I came in. The staff was great at Schultz. Never bought a car on my own. They took care of me well.
A lot goes into your college decision. So at St. Bonaventure, we put a lot into making that decision easier, creating an experience that checks all the boxes, both practical and emotional, with an education that's top-ranked for value, state-of-the-art facilities, and a sense of community that stays with you for life. Because when it comes to choosing between using your head or following your heart, you shouldn't have to choose at all. Discover how being a Bonnie gives you the best of both worlds.
Experience the difference buying your next pre-owned ride at Schultz. Certified technicians ensure our inventory gets up-to-date maintenance. Most purchases include a limited lifetime engine warranty and more. That's why we say you can't beat a Schultz deal.
Toyota pioneered the more efficient way to drive. And now, we're taking things even further. Efficiency for every lifestyle, performance for any terrain, giving you the freedom to go the distance and the power to find your way home. The future of dependability is here with Toyota's full line of electrified vehicles. More power, less gas. Reserve yours today. Toyota. Let's go places.
Back here to the Riley Center, it's Bowling Green holding a 6-point lead. And it's baseline out of bounds here for the Falcons. They try to get it in to Sharps. She's fouled. It's the 4th team foul for St. Bonaventure. So not shooting free throws quite yet, but now both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the way. So we'll do it again. Velasco tosses that one ahead to Tate. Sharps with it. Cody defending. Sharps with the right hand off the mark. Rebound. Tiana Johnson loses it out of bounds. So the ball will stay in possession of the Falcons here. Second chance points. You wouldn't believe it if I told you about the offensive rebounds being doubled in favor of Bowling Green, but the Bonnies up 8-3 in the second chance point category. And a turnover here from Velasco. The Bonnies will get the ball back. Not too often you're going to see that.
Just has not capitalized on the second chance opportunities they've been gifted, and could be a much more comfortable lead for the Falcons if they're able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Door being left open, that's for sure, for St. Bonaventure. Claire Cody with it at the top of the key. Over to Tiana Johnson. Makes some moves. Tries to drive inside. Throws one up, and that's an offensive foul. Out of control there is Johnson. Doesn't look like Coach Jesse Fleming is in favor of the call, but we've seen quite a few offensive fouls, and we'll take another look for it, and that's pretty good call.
I don't know. Not a lot of contact there. I think she's set. I don't know if the contact warrants a call, but I don't get paid to make those decisions. The referees do.
No, we just give our opinions and we play on. So Velasco with it. They get it inside. Here's Sharps with it. Webb's defending. Now Velasco. They try to get it inside again. Day. Playing inside out. Left hand hook shot. No good. Offensive rebound, Bowling Green. Sharps with it. Crosses over. Gets inside. Back out to Velasco. Webb gets beat on the drive. That layup is good as Brett gets back into the scoring column here. She's got 19.
Inside, outside, doesn't matter. Elissa Brett really, really confident offensively with the basketball in her hands.
Here's Ware from deep, way off. And Brett with the rebound. Velasco the other way now. They get it over to the right wing. Brett again. Over to the corner. Velasco now. They get it inside the Day. Day in the post. A nice finish there for Day as she gets herself up to 6 points, and now it's a 10-point lead here for the Falcons.
Yeah, like I said, they're really happy to have her on this team coming over from Loyola Chicago. And, the scoring hasn't been too crazy today for her, but she's done a good job defensively inside.
Ware wide open for three on the left wing. In and out. Velasco comes down with the rebound. She's got Sharps to her left. She gives it to her. Trailing, Brett lined it up. Off the mark. Hits the top of the backboard and out of bounds. St. Bonaventure will get the ball back. I really thought Brett was knocking that one down.
Yeah, once again, they got lucky. They really bent but didn't break on that possession because you cannot lose Brett in transition. Fortunately for St. Bonaventure, couldn't knock down that three-point attempt.
Nadechka Lacine back into the game now for St. Bonaventure. She's got 4 fouls, just 6 minutes of play. She started this game at point for St. Bonaventure. We'll see what her impact can be here as we finish the third quarter. Johnson with it over to Lopes. And now Claire Cody. Back to Lopes. Lopes from downtown. Yaya Lopes. Not one, but 2 3-pointers on the day for the Bonnie senior forward.
They said she worked on that shot. Looks like it. Really good, confident stroke there from Lopes.
Driving inside, Brett. She throws that one at the rim. They're going to get Tiana Johnson for the foul there, and that will result in 2 free throws coming up here for Brett. A chance to break the 20-point mark.
At the line for Bowling Green, shooting 2, Elisa Pratt.
First one is good there for Brett. Her first free throw attempts on the day. There's 2 for 2. Nikki Oppenheimer will be back into the game for the Bonnies. Looks like Claire Cody will take a seat.
Number 14, Oppenheimer.
There's Tiana Johnson, it looked like, that took the seat. So Nikki Oppenheimer back into the game for the Bonnies. Here is Lacine. To Oppenheimer and a turnover. The other way go the Falcons. Velasco inside with the left and good. Bowling Green extends their lead back to double digits to 11. Here's Lacine with it. Lopes calling for it, gets it at the top of the key. Fakes the handoff, drives inside, and a great finish there from Yaya Lopes. Off balance, moving to her right. She's got 14.
Yeah, her offensive game looks really polished here in this season opener.
Brett with it. It looks like the Bonnies are going to get a foul called on them here. It's Claire Cody picking up the off-the-ball foul. And it's been bonus since about the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. So Bowling Green to the free throw line here. It'll be Day. Day so far yet to shoot a free throw. This will be her first attempts on the young season. First one up and in and out.
How about an interesting fact about Day, right? So, went to Loyola Chicago, played for Kate Octor at Loyola, who was a standout at Bowling Green, has the all-time assists record at Bowling Green. And Octor, now the head coach of Detroit Mercy, who St. Bonaventure played an exhibition this year, was the associate head coach for Jim Crowley here at St. Bonaventure during the early 2010s.
Talk about a game of connect the dots right there.
Exactly, right?
The connections are flowing here in just this game. And of course, Jesse Fleming was also head coach for Bowling Green before he was the head coach for St. Bonaventure.
Yep.
Now here's Bowling Green, no shot clock, 15 coming up here on the game clock. They can take the last shot if they like. They are up by 10. It's Lacine defending. She has 4 fouls. Velasco drives inside. Right hand, no good. Ball over to Oppenheimer. Gets the shot off the mark. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter here in game 1 of the 22-23 season. It's Bowling Green leading this one by 10. Fourth quarter when we return. You're watching women's college basketball on ESPN+.
I'm going to show you how to make my favorite holiday drink, and it's based on a classic. About a 1/4 ounce of maple, your cinnamon bitters. The best bourbon to use is Buffalo Trace. We're going to use 2 ounces of this. We're going to add some ice. Give it a quick stir here. to garnish with a cinnamon stick. Sometimes you don't have all the ingredients. So a great solution for that is the Stirring Old-Fashioned Mix. And it's just Greens Holiday. Cheers.
It took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959. Then we took a hard left in East Africa. A right at Baja. A 180 in the empty quarter. And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge. But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
Front yards have long reigned as the showpiece of the house. But just like a good mullet, we all know the party's in the back. Barbecue Guys is committed to helping create amazing backyard experiences. With the best grills in the game, outdoor essentials, and free design services for building your ultimate backyard. It's time to bring the front yard's reign to an end.
All right, boys, let's see.
Stop on by, barbecueguys.com.
Hi, I'm Alok, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is it has that kick. Not too spicy, but it's just enough for your taste buds to feel that level of heat. And you're like, ooh, this is good. It's the perfect amount of spicy.
Hi, I'm Capri, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the chicken. You can tell they actually put it on the grill, cooked it in the sauce, marinated it. You're definitely getting a good grilled spicy sandwich.
They said go for a drive, and these naps have been unbeatable. So we're getting Chevron with Techron for unbeatable mileage. Paying with the Chevron app makes this stop a snap, a very quiet snap. Unbeatable mileage for unbeatable drives.
Back here to the Riley Center. The fans are out here for Game 1 of the NCAA season for these two teams. And of course, the men's team for St. Bonaventure playing right after they're taking on St. Francis of PA. But not before we get one more quarter of this one. It's Fleming getting the ball inside to Tate. Tate, a couple spin moves off the mark. Lopes comes down with the rebound.
Good interior defense right there by Napper inside.
Lopes now 9 rebounds, looking for a double-double perhaps. Oppenheimer, left corner, book it for number 14 in white. She's got 4 3-pointers on the day.
And 14 a career high now for Oppenheimer. And the Bonnies have needed her shooting in this one to keep things in a manageable deficit.
Fleming now to Tate. Driving inside, Lopes stops. Fleming now being guarded by Lacine. Inside the day. Here's Brett, off the mark, rebound, Bonnies. Lacine loses it momentarily. Jump ball is going to give the ball to the Bonnies.
Possession belongs to St. Bonaventure.
So Bonnies ball here down 7.
Good effort by Fleming to get that tie up, though. As in the fourth quarter, that possession arrow, when it's in your favor, is rather important.
Possession arrow will change. Bowling Green will get the next, but the Bonnies taking advantage of it for right now at least, trailing by 7. Johnson with the ball. They get it to Lacine. She goes down. Oppenheimer left corner. Thought about it. Passed it up. Into Napper. Bonnie's trying to get Oppenheimer open for a 3. That could be a long 2. She's off the mark. Napper offensive rebound. Taylor Napper enters the scoring column. And a big portion of this game, Bonnie's down 5.
Slithered her way inside there, Napper, and the ball just bounced right to her. Good finish.
And then Napper gets scored on a great move and finish there from Allison Gay. And now Lacine the other way. Makes a move, gets by her defender, flings it out to Napper, and it's a turnover. Fleming will have the easiest basket of her college career. Goes right hand on the left side, doesn't matter though. Bowling Green up 9.
Yeah, Lacine just kind of got caught driving too deep with nowhere to get that ball to, and it's a careless pass that leads to an easy 2.
Ball back in Lacine's hands. He looks to drive, makes a move, loses it, out of bounds. Bonnie's will have a baseline out of bounds coming up, and it looks like Brianna Ware will come in for Lacine. The Bonnies cut it to 5, and just in the blink of an eye, it's back up to 9, as Tate will also take a seat here for the Falcons. So Ware will inbound. Get it into Johnson. Johnson drives on Fleming. Puts one up, fouled, and she will go to the free throw line for 2. Was at the free throw line earlier in this game, went 0 for 2. Last season, shot it around 50%. And the Bonnies are going to really want these two to fall.
At the line for the Bonnies, Tiana Johnson, shooting 2.
The first one is up and in.
Yeah, these free throws, important here in this fourth quarter to keep things at least tight as this game gets nearer to its end.
So the second free throw here from Johnson is good. Now 2 for 4 on the game. The Bonnies cut it back down to 7. Bowling Green seems to have an initiative here on the offensive side of the ball, and that is get the ball to Allison Day.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, she's such a skilled post player. And it's going to be the 4th now on Napper. And so they're going to bring in Bonaventure to try and at least contain Day, who in this second half has really come alive offensively, and they get it to her again.
Right inside, going right at the Bonnies junior from Lavia, Bonaventure, and an easy bucket there, and the lead gets extended back up to 9.
Very, very skilled with her post moves, Day. In double figures 16 times last season at Loyola, and double figures again here in her first game as a Falcon.
Bonnie's trying to get it over to Nikki Oppenheimer there on that drive and kick. Unable to do so. Webb will come back into the game here for the Bonnies. As Bonaventure right back to the bench. You can tell Coach Fleming is just trying to find the right 5 players out there on the court. Couple of screens get Johnson open. She drives all the way inside. Right hand, good. Bonnies cut it back down to 7. Just over 7 minutes to play.
Explosive move right there from Johnson off the inbounds pass.
Inside Sharps, no good, out of bounds. Bowling Green will retain possession.
The length of Lopes helped her recover on that play. She got beat there on that dribble handoff, but was able to get back into play with those long, lengthy arms to swat it out of bounds.
Inbound here for the Falcons. Sharps, no good. Rebound, Bowling Green, and it's only a matter of time before they convert on those second chances that they've had all game, and Allison Day converts there. So Ware with it, being defended by Hampton. Ware calm with the ball in her hands there as they get it over to Oppenheimer. Inside the Lopes. She goes quick to the left-hand hook shot, no good. And the other way goes Fleming over to Hampton. Now Brett. And Coach Freilich wants the Falcons to set it up here. Brett with it over to Sharps. Tries to get to her spot, fumbles the ball momentarily. Still working. And a turnover here. Tiana Johnson comes away with it.
They were trying to find Day inside. She had a mismatch, but a great job shutting down the passing lane.
Ware inside. Throws up the wild shot. No good. And the transition for Bowling Green. And no surprise, Allison Day running the court very well. Gets another bucket. And now she's at 15 points.
She's got their last 8.
Ware with it. The Bonnies going to have to make a run here soon as Webb wastes no time, throws up the 3 ball way off. And the Bonnies transition defense troublesome right now as Allison Day, another wide open transition layup. And guess who is in the cheerleaders? It's Fleming. She goes diving into the cheerleaders on that play. She has been everywhere for the Bowling Green team, and Bowling Green leads this one by 13 as we will take a break. Bowling Green and the Bonnies finish this one when we come back. You're watching Atlantic 7 college basketball on
The women's basketball.
Fate only binds you if you let it. Do what is necessary. Not because it is written. We will make our own destiny.
It was a night at the Home Depot at every location. A night when our stores see a grand transformation. We bring out the tools you really do need, like snowmen and string lights and plenty of trees. We work through the night preparing our splendor for Black Friday savings all through November. And what you do next is always fantastic, because we have the tools to make your holiday magic. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
You want to stand out? You need to outsmart, outlast, outmaneuver, and outshine. There's a great big world out there, so go all out in the all-new 2023 Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Mitsubishi, drive your ambition.
We were in line when my son's tooth fell out. Nancy made such a big deal out of it, she even gave him $1 and said, "The tooth fairy came early. He'll never forget it."
McDonald's crew members are making a difference every day. Tell your crew story at mcdonalds.com.
Let's make a toast. Here's to savoring every sip.
Want to get that done, you know.
And embracing every moment.
Layla.
Every unexpected, timeless moment. To turning up, winding down, and everything in between. Whatever you're planning or not planning this holiday season, we're made for the moment.
At MMI, we believe that a career is more than just a job. It's a lifestyle. In less than a year, you can train to become a motorcycle and power sports technician. It's time to push your limits, upgrade your life. Classes start every 6 weeks.
Back to action right away. We missed a couple things. We'll catch you up here as we will have a foul on the ground here. So we had a Velasco picked up a foul when the Bonnies were on offense. Napper had a nice 2-point bucket inside. So that cuts the lead now down to 11. And then Ware for the Bonnies picked up a foul. So that's what we missed. Now we're back here to action. Bowling Green up 11 as they inbound this one today. Brett, pump fakes, gets inside. And they work it around. They're just finding Allison Day every which way that they can, and she is finishing at will.
12 consecutive points scored by Allison Day. She's all the way up to 18 now in the ball game.
Ware fumbles that ball out of bounds, a turnover for St. Bonaventure. And turnovers have been an issue for the Bonnies here today. That's 27 now. Here's Day. She has gotten everything that she's wanted here in this quarter. Misses that one short. Bonnies go down the other way. They're down 13. Can't waste too much more time. They got to make a run here soon if they want to win this first game of the season. Napper fumbles that one out of bounds off her foot. And the ball back in possession of the Falcons.
St. Bonaventure's just trying to force things right now. As you see, Napper, really good job by Velasco reaching in there on that help defense, but just trying to force things, it seems like right now for St. Bonaventure when things are coming very easy for the Falcons.
Velasco with it. Day tries her hand at a 3-ball off the mark. And that one off of Brianna Ware. And Bowling Green back in possession of the basketball.
Ware pleading her case that it didn't touch her last. It did, yep.
It's one of those classic double tips. Goes off of Bowling Green, and then right after, immediately off of Ware. Brett with it inside, back to Day. She's taken almost every field goal in this quarter, it feels like, for Bowling Green. It's in the hands of Velasco right now. Gets a screen, drives inside. Johnson gets beat. Layup, good, count it. And a three-point play opportunity coming here for Velasco.
Yeah, really good job by Velasco. As her head coach, Robin Freilich, says, she's at her best when she uses her speed to get to the rim, and she has good scoring ability. You saw that knack to score right there on that drive.
Free throw no good. Day offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Brett. Brett lines it up off the mark. Webb comes down with the rebound for St. Bonaventure. Bonnie's trail by 15, just over 3 minutes to go. Johnson tries to drive inside with the left. No good. Offensive rebound. Puts up the second chance. It's good this time. Cuts it to 13. Just over 3 to go. Other way, Hampton. They work it over to Brett. She drives to her right. Blocked by Webb. And the Bonnies not giving up quite yet. Showing some tenacity on the defensive end.
Yeah, there have been some positives to take out of this game as Ware and Webb as freshmen have come in and made an impact for this team.
Brett goes down hard, no whistle. She has the ball in her hands now. Velasco now with it. Johnson defending. Under 3 to go. Screen being given by Olivia Hill. Ball to the corner to Hampton. She puts up the 3. Off the mark, Napper rebound, loses it. And Brett goes down again. They're going to say it's off of Bowling Green, I believe. Referees are going to have a discussion about it. And they will give it to the Bonnies. So Bonnies down 13, 2.5 to go. Johnson with it. Pulls up for that jump shot, no good. Rebound, Bowling Green, but a foul. Taylor Napper draws the foul. 3rd team foul for Bowling Green. You take another look at it. Napper aggressive inside, going for the offensive rebound. And Olivia Hill picks up that foul as Lexi Fleming re-enters the game here for the Falcons. Ware has to inbound it soon, gets it into Webb, and a travel.
Yep. As this Bonaventure team is just running out of gas here in the final 8 minutes or so. They hung tough for quite some time, but Bowling Green too powerful.
Hampton, Ware with good hands on the defense there, but Coach Freilich will use a timeout here, discuss things with her team. She leads by 13 with just over 2 minutes to go. A 30-second timeout called here from Coach Freilich. And it appears that it's out of reach for St. Bonaventure. But what do you say, Jack? What's the path to victory, if there is one, for St. Bonaventure
Well,
at this point?
I think that the biggest positive is the effort from the freshman Ware and Webb. And, they were able to see some things that they definitely worked on in the offseason pay off, including Lopes with her 3-point shots going down, and Oppenheimer being very confident with her 3-point shot as well. So those are some of the positives to take away. Got to limit turnovers. 29 turnovers for St. Bonaventure today. That's just not going to cut it. And they let up too many offensive rebounds as well.
That'll do it. Turnovers against a good team like Bowling Green. You almost have to play a perfect game to beat a team at Bowling Green's caliber, returning all the players that they are, and you're so young coming into this season if you're St. Bonaventure. The Bonnies did play tough here today. Hampton with it here. Bowling Green up 13. And Brett, 3 straight possessions, has gone down to the ground very hard. This time, draws the foul.
Bowling Green's been sacrificing the body here a couple times. today, and that's what good teams do. They're not afraid to embrace some contact and be gritty. And this Bowling Green team, I think the MAC should be on notice. They're picked third in the preseason. I mean, I'd like to see the two teams that are better than them in the MAC, because this is a very, very skilled team under head coach Robin Freilich in her 5th year.
They go ahead and win the regular season conference 2 seasons ago. Injuries, like we've talked about, maybe kept them from having a repeat season like that last year. Still went 500 in the conference, made a postseason tournament, whether it be the WBI or what have you. But this season, they're really looking to take that extra step. They bring in a couple of 1,000-point scorers, bring back all of their experience from last year's squad. They're looking to be legit this year, that is for sure. Oppenheimer misses that mid-range jump shot. Brett left all alone for 3, and she is going to make that one and shrugs her shoulders and says, okay, you're going to leave me open, I'll go ahead and take it.
25 for her. It's been an impressive performance.
Snapper offensive rebound, puts in the second chance layup.
And this just shows you how deep the Falcons are. I mean, Hempfling didn't really play. She played 2 minutes at the end of the first half. Fleming, they limited her. She didn't play her normal amount of minutes, and she played her freshman year, just getting back in the swing of things. But she only scored 3 points. In her freshman season, when she was freshman of the year for the MAC, she averaged 16 in contest. Doesn't matter. This team just keeps on keeping on, and they have plenty of offensive threats.
First free throw, no good there from Fleming. Now 1 for 3 from the charity strike so far today. The second free throw makes it 17-point deficit now.
Substitution.
As Sharps comes back into the game for the Falcons here.
Number 0, Sharps.
As the Riley Center gets increasingly more and more full and crowded, as the anticipation for the first game of the men's season, which tips off in schedule just a half hour from now. We'll see how close to 7 o'clock that tip ends up being. Tiana Johnson will go to the free throw line here for the Bonnies. So far 2 for 4 on the day. Can't make the first. And frustrated as she walks back near midcourt. Mentioned about a 50% free throw shooter a year ago. Now 2 of 5 from the line here tonight. Splits a pair. It's a 16-point lead here for the Falcons as we now come on 1 minute to go. Sharps to Tate. Over to Hampton. Ware's defending. Brett with it. She's got a game-high 26. And now Hampton inside, and Ware with a nice block for the shot clock. Hampton's got to put up a shot. Ware defends it well. Lopes picks up the rebound, keeps it in bounds, and here goes Tiana Johnson. She's going to stop and pop the 3-ball, airballs it. Nothing but air on that one, and the Falcons will retain possession. Just 29 on the game clock. Shot clock turned off. We assume that the Falcons will just dribble this one out.
Bowling Green, they play Wright State next, but then they head to play number 11 Indiana on the road on the 17th. That'll be a fun game to watch to see just how good the potential of this Bowling Green squad is. They take care of business here today against St. Bonaventure, a very good team that just did what they either do. Nothing special, nothing pretty. It was, the next person up mentality scoring-wise, and a really good win to start the year for Bowling Green.
So the Bonnies fall to 0-1, and the Falcons take this one and move to 1-0 on the young season. They take this one 77-61, and it was just an all-around game for Bowling Green. We came into this game knowing how balanced of a scoring team that they are, and they showed exactly why and how today. But Brett really stole the show with 26.
Yeah, I mean, she did everything inside, outside. A couple times, she was just left way too wide open off of breakdowns by St. Bonaventure. But Brett definitely a person who was the catalyst for Bowling Green in this season opening win with those 26 points.
Yeah, we'll take a look at our player of the game for today on St. Bonaventure's side. And though, the Bonnies lose this one, Yaya Lopes definitely showed her improvement on the offensive side of the floor. A double-double in game one. She is our Seneca Resorts player of the game.
And she's added that ability to step out and hit the three-point shot as well that you see right there. So, she is deserving of this player of the game honor. And hopefully it's the start of a successful season for her with a double-double against Bowling Green.
Last year, just 5 total three-pointers made, 2 in the first game of the season. The Bonnies will definitely be looking for her to have a huge season on the offensive side of the floor as well on the defensive side like she typically does. We take a look at our final stats presented by Highmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Western New York. And it was the turnovers from St. Bonaventure right from the start. Yeah. They end this one with 29, just to the Falcons' 12.
Yeah, 29 turnovers. You're not going to win many basketball games with that being the case. And also, they got doubled up offensive rebounding-wise, so that's not a formula for success either. St. Bonaventure did a good job of limiting the open three-point attempts for Bowling Green, and they shot well themselves. But look at the field goal attempt differential. 75 for Bowling Green, 48 for St. Bonaventure. Just not going to cut it.
Yeah, the Bonnies, they actually end up with the better shooting percentage from the floor, 44.9% compared to Bowling Green's 40%. And from three-point percentage, Jack, if I would have told you the Bonnies would shoot 40% to Bowling Green's 27.8 and the Bonnies would lose by 16, I don't think you would believe me.
Yeah, no, I mean, that is definitely a high-popping number. It's kind of perplexing, but when you look at the full picture here, you can see exactly where things kind of went awry for St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, definitely all comes back to the 29 turnovers, 17 more than the opposition. Not going to win you a lot of ball games, like you said, Jack. Coming up, not too long from now, you see the men's basketball team already warming up.